Everybody in. Good morning, Jail. Mr. Kane, hear me?
I can, Judge. Good morning.
Booz, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, Joe.
Good morning.
On the matter of People versus Booz on 252212, appearances for the record.
Dan King on behalf of Mr. Booz. We'd waive the reading, stand mute to the charge, ask for referral to the office of assigned counsel, and we're ready to address bond when appropriate.
Okay. Court winner plea of not guilty, office of assigned counsel. And as to bond, the address is not, if there are address issues, just text them over to us or chat them over to us. All right, go ahead, as to bond.
As to bond, Mr. Booz, he's been a lifelong resident of Saginaw County. He was very honest with me about his criminal history and that he's on probation currently. Mr. Booz did let me know that he has multiple mental health issues, and I think he was off his medication when this, incident occurred. We'd ask for a reasonable bond today.
Okay, I see that must be on case number 25589. Yes, sentencing, I believe that is scheduled coming up. Given the nature of the charges, given the prior record, this involves intimate partner abuse case. And the date of the alleged offense is 5/19/25. Given that defendant is out on bond, bond will be set at 5,000 cash surety, no contact with the victim, no firearms, no controlled substances. All right, and then we'll have jail medical with regard to any medications and so forth. With regard to People versus Comstock on 252217, appearances for the record.
Dan Kane on behalf of Mr. Comstock. We'd waive the reading, stand mute to the charge, ask for a referral to the office of assigned counsel. We're ready to address bond when appropriate.
Court winner, a plea of not guilty, refer to the office of assigned counsel. As to bond, please.
As to bond, not sure how true this is, but Mr. Comstock told me that he's currently on hold for another case. And he was very honest with me about his criminal history. We'd ask that he be given a reasonable bond today, considering that he is on or in custody for another case. So, hopefully when that resolves, he can at least get out.
Well, Mr. Comstock has a prior record. Charges involves stealing. Bond will be set at 5,000 cash surety, and then no contact. The Bridgeport address. All right, thank you. In the matter of People versus Berrien on 252173, appearances for the record.
May it please the court, Kent Greenfield on behalf of Mr. Berrien.
All right, leave the reading.
Waive reading, stand mute. On all 5 charges, ask for referral office of assigned counsel.
All right. Court winner, plea of not guilty, office of assigned counsel. The pre-exam conference is set for May 28th at 11:40 a.m. The preliminary exam is set for June 6th at 11 a.m. That's going to be in front of Judge Jurens. As to bond, please.
As to bond, Your Honor, we do understand that there's been a bond recommendation made of 200,000 cash surety. Mr. Berrien is close to finishing his high school diploma. He has 6 actual classes that he needs to attend in order to do so. We would ask for a reasonable bond so he can complete those online.
So he's on probation.
I do not have that information, Your Honor.
Show that they're in relation to file number 24109FH. Indication is that he's on 3 years of probation. Mr. Barry, do you know who your agent is with the Department of Correction?
Yes, Agent Sexton.
Okay. Do you know if Agent Sexton has a hold on you at this point?
At the moment, I don't know.
All right.
When I came in, they didn't tell me, and I was asking, when were they supposed to tell me? And they said when I first came in, but nobody told me anything.
Right. My guess is that they're probably a hold to the cases with Judge Borello. I imagine that will be addressed relatively soon. I'm going to do this. Mr. Barron, we're going to get you over to Office of Assigned Counsel so you can get a court-appointed attorney so that you have an attorney working with you as you're going through this file, and then also coordinating with your other case. At this time, given that you have a conviction for felony, 3 felonies, given that it's unclear whether or not that there is a probation hold. However, given the nature of the charges involving firearm and the allegation of a firearm, also the allegation of armed robbery, no bond at this time to determine first whether there's a hold. Mr. Barron, that's done so then that you can get an attorney, that the hold can be worked out, and that the attorney can also bring a motion to address bond when you're in front of Judge Jones. I'm sure the bond or the probation hold will be determined by the time you see your first court date, okay?
Okay.
All right, then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
In the matter of People versus Brady Groom on 252219, appearances for the record.
Dan Kane on behalf of Mr. Groom. We waive the reading or a plea of not guilty. Ask for a referral to the Office of Assigned Counsel. Are ready to address bond when appropriate.
Court winner plea of not guilty, Office of Assigned Counsel. Pre-exam is June 4 at 10 a.m. Preliminary exam is June 5 at 10:30. That's in front of Judge Fichtner. As to bond.
As to bond, Mr. Groom, he was very honest with me that this isn't his first time being charged with, drug-related issues.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. He was very honest that he does have a substance abuse problem. I would only note that, he's only charged with nonviolent felonies. I don't believe he'd be a danger to the community. We'd ask for a reasonable bond today.
Mr. Groom, if you were to be drug tested today, how would you test?
Clean. I've been in for 2 months, so I should be clean by now.
So the case is finally catching up. All right. Oh, I see that. Back in April. All right. Well, I think I've seen your report as well on other matters. Let's see. You're on probation as well?
Yes,
All right. Well, have you talked to your agent yet?
I have not gotten the chance yet, no.
Who is your agent?
Agent Rule,
Okay. Well, I think you're gonna have to get comfortable for a little bit. Well, you already are comfortable. You've been there for a month. So. Did he say how long he's gonna keep you there?
no, he did not, I have not got a chance to talk to him at all yet.
Okay. Well, a case of possession of methamphetamines and other substances. Given the nature of the charges, I believe it's an animal also charge. Given the nature of the charges, given that defendant was on probation, given that he's been in for a minute, let's do this. Get your office of assigned counsel, so that they can kind of guide you through it, and then find out what judge are you in front of? Was it Judge Trice?
No, I don't remember off the top of my head.
All right. So 5,000 cash surety. Your attorney will be able to address the bond issue if they're going to release you anytime soon. All right, you're all set. No illegal controlled substances. People versus Zamudio. 251386. Appearances for the record.
Dan Kane on behalf of Mr. Zamudio. We'd waive the reading and our plea of not guilty, ask for a referral to the office of assigned counsel, and we're ready to address bond when appropriate.
Court order plea of not guilty, office of assigned counsel, and as to bond, please.
As the bond judge, Mr. Zamudio did give me a new address that he doesn't share with the alleged victim. He's going to be staying at 1513 Chestnut Street here in Saginaw, Michigan. Zip code 48602.
Rather than giving the address, please chat those over to us.
Will do, Judge. Thank you. He's gainfully employed at High Tech Steel, where he works in the warehouse. He does have 3 children that he cares for, and was very honest with me about his criminal history. We'd ask for a reasonable bond today.
Mr. Zamudio, did you get off probation or did they extend you?
I'm still on probation till 2027.
Oh, okay. I was wondering about that.
Yeah,
All right. Was it probation or parole?
probation.
Probation. Oh, okay. I don't recall you missing appearances. I see that the people's bond recommendation was a nominal amount, $200 cash. Just need to make sure that you have no contact with Ms. Cruz. That's not going to be an issue.
No, sir.
Right, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to convert your bond to a PR bond. I'm going to require you, however, to go to CST counseling for pretrial programming. You must do that upon 5 days of release. No firearms, no illegal controlled substances, and no alcohol. All right. You are all set. Just make sure you contact Ms. Joseph. I'll follow up. If you don't, I'll revoke your bond. People versus Garcia, 233482. Appearances for the record.
Dan Kane on behalf of Ms. Garcia. I did talk to her about this bench warrant and why she didn't come for sentencing. She just wanted to let the court know that she didn't show up because she was homeless, and then she changed her address. She was recently in contact with her attorney, Miss Lyde, and she's, I think, gonna moving forward, you know, take care of this. We'd ask that it gets recalled and reset.
Ms. Garcia, you have a bench warrant out of Gratiot County as well, is that true?
Yes, but they do not want, put a hold on me, they just want me to pay my fine, and there's no charges, it's just for fine, and I've been really having a hard time financially.
Well, there had to be a charge. Let's see here.
Your deputy informed me last night after they contacted Gratiot County that they did not want to hold me, that they did not want me to be transferred to their jail.
Well, I understand that. Judge McDonald said you didn't show up before. And, that was on your disorderly charge. So he set a show cause for you last year, probably just to see where you were at and making payments.
I was literally living under a bridge. I had my vehicle stolen.
I understand. Garcia. Ms. Garcia, there's one thing I'm also going to ask of you, and if you were drug tested today, how are you going to test?
I am going to test positive for medications that are prescribed to me, and I am going to test positive for THC.
And Ms. Garcia, when you say they were prescribed to you, what substances am I going to find out that you will be testing positive for?
Oh, my medications that are prescribed to me?
Well, I'm not a mind reader. You'll have to tell me what they are.
Yes, yeah. We're having a little bit of a delay here. I can't hear. It's like choppy a little bit. So I take Suboxone. That's the only narcotic that I take. And I take Losartan. I take a couple of muscle relaxers. Everything is prescribed. You have everything in your system here that I do take that is prescribed by my physician.
Can I ask who the doctor is that is prescribing these, please?
Yes, my doctor's name is Heather Bunting. Her doctor's office is located at 1211 Lafayette, Grand Rapids Northeast. Her phone number is 616-336-8800.
Okay, we're on speed dial. When were these last prescribed?
I have a doctor's appointment today, so a month from today, I can't remember. Unless I had my medications in my hand, I would be able to tell you.
Jail, could we have Ms. Garcia drug tested just to confirm the pharmaceuticals that are...
I was drug tested in Muskegon jail as well.
Okay. How long ago?
I can't understand.
How long ago?
How long ago we asked?
2 days ago, Monday.
Okay. How long you been in custody of various authorities?
3 days. It's been 3 days since I've had any of my medications.
Okay. On those Suboxones, who's administering those?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let's drug test you. Still,
Okay. Yes, sir.
I'm going to take it under advisement. So I find out. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. In the matter of People versus Eichelberger on 252211.
Dan Kane on behalf of Mr. Eichelberger, we'd waive the reading and our plea of not guilty, ask for a referral to the office of assigned counsel. We're ready to address bond when appropriate.
Court winner plea of not guilty, office of assigned counsel. Pre-exam is 5/28 at 11:40. Preliminary exam is June 6th at 1:30. That's in front of Judge Jurens. As to bond, please.
As to bond, Judge, Mr. Eichelberger was very honest with me about his previous criminal history and the fact that he's currently on parole, and he was just released from prison last month. We'd ask for a reasonable bond today.
Okay. Well, my guess is that there is a hold. Given that the nature of the charges involves home invasion second, in addition to malicious destruction of building under 200, a misdemeanor. So the felony and the misdemeanor combined, given also with the prior record and that the defendant was on parole, the people have recommended a bond at 15,000 cash surety. Because he's on parole, he would not qualify for a 10%. 15,000 does sound reasonable with regard to the nature of the charges and the prior records. All right, thank you. In the matter of People versus Palmer on 202397.
Oh.
For the record.
Dan Kane on behalf of Mr. Palmer. I did talk to Mr. Palmer about this bench warrant and why he didn't show up to court. Looks like 5 years ago. He let me know that he was just released from prison back in February of 2025, so this year, and he didn't have an attorney helping him out on this case. I think, just with everything going on, and he had multiple charges before he, or was dealing with multiple charges before he went into prison. I think he might have just forgotten about this judge. I don't think he intentionally tried to miss court, but he is working closely with his parole agent right now, and he's been doing well. We'd ask this gets recalled and reset.
All right. So the bench warrant will be recalled, given that this is a 21 case. Given I do see that he is on active parole, the effective date was February 20, and it goes to February 20 of 2026. A bond will be converted to the personal recognizance, referred over to Judge Hoffman. So, Mr. Palmer, this will be reset. I imagine this will be resolved on the next court date. When you're released, you may want to just come over to Office of Assigned Counsel so you can get an attorney appointed. And then, like I said, I'm sure it'll be resolved on the next court date. All right, you're all set. Take care. In the matter of People versus Michael Shorter, 244364, appearances for the record.
And can be behalf of Mr. Shorter, we'd waive the reading and our plea of not guilty, ask for a referral to the Office of Assigned Counsel, and we're ready to address bond when appropriate.
All right. Court winner plea of not guilty, Office of Assigned Counsel. Pre-exam is set for 5/29 at 11 a.m. Preliminary exam is June 3rd at 3 p.m. That's in front of Judge Clark. Esteban, please.
As the bond judge, Mr. Shorter is a lifelong resident of Saginaw County. He does have some criminal history, Judge, but I think only his previous conviction was in 2007, so almost 20 years ago now, and he hasn't been in trouble since then. He'd be a danger to the community. We'd ask for a high PR bond with appropriate conditions or a reasonable bond today.
Let me ask, Mr. Shorter, if you were drug tested today, how are you going to test?
I wouldn't have nothing in my system beyond it.
Well, we're going to drug test you, and when we get those negative results, we're going to celebrate that all together. But if there is something in your system, you're going to be held.
Okay.
All right. Now, I know I have seen you since 2007. Matter of fact, I think it was like either in 17 or 19 or 21 or 21. Your interpersonal relationships had some issues going on where I think I saw you a couple of times. So let's do this. This case is a 24 case. As long as you come to court, this is going to be resolved. Now, do a PR bond. But if you have anything in your system, you'll be held unless they know about it. So, all right.
Right, John.
All right, Mr. Shorter. Just remember, you got court on, May 29th, Judge Clark.
Okay.
Matter of People versus Dowd on 252220. Appearance for the record.
Dan Kane on behalf of Mr. Dowd, we'd waive the reading, stand mute to the charge. Mr. Dowd let me know that he's planning on retaining John Milton as his attorney, and we're ready to address bond when appropriate.
Court date is pre-exam on 6/2 at 10:45. Preliminary exam is June 9 at 3:15. That's in front of Judge Hoffman. As to bond.
As to bond, Mr. Dowd, he is gainfully employed. He works at Solar Express where he installs solar panels. He also does have 3 minor children that he cares for, and he was very honest with me about his previous criminal history. We'd ask for a reasonable bond today.
Defendant is charged with felonious assault involving allegations of intimate partner abuse or former intimate partner abuse. In addition, defendant appears, this court has seen the defendant on prior occasions, but also appears with prior convictions with regard to stalking and then larceny and other and aggravated assault. The allegations are of May 9th, 2025. Warrant was authorized on May 19th and thereafter signed on Bond will be set at, 20,000 cash surety with a GPS locator. No contact with the victim, no firearms, no illegal controlled substances, no alcohol. All right, thank you. In the matter of People versus Christopher Kennedy on file number 25992, in the matter of 245439, appearances for the record.
Dan Kane on behalf of Mr. Kennedy. I did talk to Mr. Kennedy about these bench warrants and why he didn't show up for court. He told me that he just didn't get it in the mail, Judge. We'd asked for these to be recalled and reset.
Well, let's recall the bench warrants. And then with regard to Mr. Kennedy, Ms. Kennedy, if you were drug tested today, how would you test?
I would be positive, Your Honor.
All right. So what was the reason then that you didn't come to court?
I didn't get the paperwork in the mail, Your Honor, so I didn't know about the court date.
You knew they were out there, correct?
I lost all my paperwork in transition.
Well, I understand, Mr. Kennedy. Your experience in the criminal justice system is about the extent of what my experience is going through criminal procedure cases in law school, quite extensive. So these cases don't just go away, as you know. My concern is that while I'm monitoring, you have numerous parole violations, and then you don't come to court. So put a little 2,500 cash surety, 10%, 2,500 cash surety. Refer the files back to Judge Durance. All right, you're all set. Thank you, Mr. Kane. Thank you, Jim.
Your Honor.
Hang on.